pleasant, you got angry about, how much of it in that deathbed experience, 10 minutes to go, actually matters? Sodding next to nothing, if that. Nothing. And it's another way that we get trapped in this out there holographic reality, which is getting attached to things that don't matter. You heard what he said about me? Oh, I'm disgusted, I'm so upset. Don't give a shit, mate. Don't give a shit. It doesn't matter. What's it matter? You know why it matters? Because you've made it matter. I think that David Icke's mad, crazy, an idiot. Thank you for sharing that with me. End of frickin' story. Write your opinion. I have a right not to be affected by it. Doesn't matter. Thinks I'm crazy? Good luck to him. Brilliant. I don't think I'm crazy. I'm not affected by that. And I don't get stressed. Oh, how can you say that to me? I'm now getting stressed. I'm getting into a low vibrational state. Why? For something that doesn't matter. If I'm lying on my deathbed, I look at all these people that have heard this abuse at me, and all these situations, I go, yeah, it was funny. What a laugh. What a laugh, really. Right? And yet at the time you can get really caught in it. And if we clear our minds of what matters, because, again, what it is, it's moving our point of observation from this reality to the out-of-body reality. Because when we're out of body, none of this crap matters. You talk to out-of-body experiences. Hey, Jill Bolte-Taylor, when she's having the stroke and went in the right brain as the prime reality. Hey, this is La La Land, it's lovely. Oh, it doesn't matter, all that stress is all gone. I haven't got it anymore. The trick is moving that perception of the out-of-body, higher consciousness, there is no time, no sequence, all that stuff, moving that into this reality, not 10 minutes before we move out of here, but when we're in it and living it and experiencing it, because that will completely change as we move that point of observation, the way we live our life, what we can achieve, and the way we interact with reality. So much that we think matters doesn't friggin' matter. It doesn't matter. Okay, I'm in another dimension now. What was all that went on? I can't remember, mate. How are you doing? All right, I haven't seen you since you were, in Egypt. And what's it? So how are you doing now? Doesn't matter. It's just an experience. And this is the sequence that I found people seem to go to, and I went through. The first stage of the opening to freedom, in its true sense, is to realize we are in a situation of slavery. Because again, making excuses, hiding from what you don't want to face. You know, it's like the greatest power over people is when you tell them something they want to hear. So if you tell them that something's happening that they don't really want to think is happening, and then someone comes along and says, "Ah, load of rubbish, mate, load of rubbish." No, it's fine, honestly. You want to believe this guy, because you want to believe it's fine. And so we are in denial of the situation we're in. Not people in this room, obviously, but in general, humanity is in denial, because they really don't want to face it. So much better to hide it, hide away from it. Oh, no, it's a load of rubbish, the guy's mad, mate, and all that stuff. But there comes a time, if we ignore it, when it comes in our face, and then we've got to face it. And people come to that conclusion at different points. But first of all, we face the situation we're in. Okay, now we can deal with it. It's like when you're in a situation where you can see the dictator. It's not a very nice situation, but at least you're one step ahead of being in a society that's controlled by dictators you cannot see, touch, and taste, because at least you know there's something to deal with. Stage one. Stage two, choosing not to be a slave, choosing freedom, real freedom, not the illusion of freedom that we call freedom. Most people on this planet don't want bloody freedom. I meet people in the Christian movement in America. They talk about freedom, and some of them talk about this conspiracy on a 5-sense level and stuff. They don't want bloody freedom. You know, I met one once in Tucson. I was talking to him about how what happened to the Native Americans and all that stuff, and we're going on, and this guy is such a white supremacist, it's unbelievable. And I said to him, do you know, and you know, we were talking at an anti-Illuminati bloody rally, right? And I said to him, look, mate, I don't know who terrifies me more at the thought of being in power, the people I'm trying to expose, or you who's trying to expose them as well. They don't want freedom. They want the freedom to replace an imposition they don't like with an imposition that they do like, their own belief system. Crikey, I've been, harangued by Christian people in America so often because I'm talking about Jesus and stuff and the Son God. Well, okay, don't accept it then. You believe that, I'll believe this, we'll have a beer, forget about it. No, must impose myself. You're not interested in freedom. So when we choose freedom, it's real freedom. And freedom, funnily enough, is not the freedom for us to do what we like at the expense of other people. It's the freedom of everyone to have the same rights as us. Freedom is not freedom for us to take the freedom to impose on others. It's accepting the freedom of others the same as we expect the freedom for ourselves. So, when we talk about banning freedom of speech, no one is against freedom of speech. It's like being against, wife violence. No one's for that, and no one's for the end of free speech. But then they start dealing with what free speech is. Oh no, you can't have free speech to say that. I believe in free speech, but that's going too far. No, you can't be a little bit pregnant, mate. Free speech is free speech, okay? You can't edit it, right? And when it comes to freedom of speech, people should have the right to say what they want and all the rest of it. And anyway, don't we want to know what people think about things rather than all going on in the shadows and no one knowing what's really going on? Of course, freedom of speech is freedom of speech. It's freedom, funnily enough, for people to say things we don't like and to stand for their freedom to say things we don't like as much as to stand for freedom to say what we do like. Freedom is freedom. It's indivisible. So, I choose freedom. I'm not going to be a little bit free, I'm going to be free. And I have a simple philosophy. People say, oh, freedom, that means you do what you like. I have a simple philosophy. Do what you like, so long as you don't impose it on other people. Real simple. And people say, well, no, that would be chaos, that would be anarchy. No, it wouldn't. Be opposite of that. Well, what about people who murder people? Well, I think that's imposing your will on somebody. Do you think that might be that? I think we might just kind of, and we can do this. Someone wants a party, some kids want a party. The local people don't want the noise. What happens in this world now? Left brain structure. You've got to make a decision. Are they going to have the party? Are you going to have the noise? We'll go with the residents. They've got to vote, okay? Now, what we can do, they want a party. They don't want the noise. We must find a place for these kids to have a party where these people are not affected by the noise. Everyone's a winner, sorted. Harmony. This is what society can do. Most of the problems are not real problems. They're just the fact that we don't want to sort them out because we don't want to change society in a way that will sort them out. Simple as that. And when we choose freedom, again, I choose freedom, but not when there's an R in the month there's a good match on. And not if I have to face this official bloke who looks pretty nasty. I don't choose freedom then. Making excuses. We can make excuses not to express our freedom all the time. And if we do that, then we're never going to be truly free. Then we get, after acknowledging our situation, making the choice to change, then we can start the transformation. Why? Because when we go for it, real choice to be free, then everything changes. Energetically we change. What we draw to us changes. People come in and out of our lives that add to our understanding and our ability to go down this road of freedom. Everything changes. Transformation. And it's a wonderful thing. It can be a challenge. I love this film, The Dead Poets Society. Robin Williams in this film when he's teaching the kids and basically saying, look at what's pleasant, you got angry about how much of it in that deathbed experience, 10 minutes to go, actually matters. Sodding next to nothing, if that. Nothing! And it's another way that we get trapped in this out there holographic reality, which is getting attached. Taylor, when she's having the stroke, and went in the right brain as the prime reality. Hey, this is La La Land, it's lovely. Oh, it doesn't matter, all that stress is all gone, I haven't got that anymore. And the trick is moving that perception of the out-of-body, higher consciousness, there is no time, no sequence, all that stuff, moving that into this reality, not 10 minutes before, to things that don't matter. You heard what he said about me? Oh, I'm disgusted, I'm so upset. Don't give a shit, mate. Don't give a shit. It doesn't matter. What's it matter? You know why it matters? Because you've made it matter. I think that David Icke's mad, crazy, an idiot. Thank you for sharing that with me. End of frickin' story. Situation, I go, that was funny, what a laugh, really, right? And yet at the time you can get really caught in it. And if we clear our minds of what matters, because, again, what it is, it's moving our point of observation from this reality to the out-of-body reality, because when we're out of body, none of this crap matters. You talk to out-of-body experiences. Hey, Jill Bolte, write your opinion. I have a right not to be affected by it. Doesn't matter. Thinks I'm crazy? Good luck to him. Brilliant. I don't think I'm crazy. I'm not affected by that. And I don't get stressed. Oh, how can you say that to me? I'm now getting stressed. I'm getting into a low vibrational state. Why? For something that doesn't matter. If I'm lying on my deathbed, I look at all these people that have heard this abuse at me, and all this